Let's start off with the agents of socialization. They come with plenty of different agents, such as religion and mass media, but what really are they to someone? Agents of socialization typically are the most important cases of socialization in one's life. Think of it as a bar graph. Some come higher in importance while others don't. For instance, my top 3 agents of socialization are family, school and peer groups, and neighborhood. When it comes to family, most people stand up proud and only talk about how positive their family impacted their lives. To me, my family also impacted my life negatively. My family's ethnic makeup is diverse. My father comes from Germany and my mother comes from Japan. They both very much enjoyed traveling, so the way they met was on a vacation in Quebec, where they instantly fell in love. They were long distance for a while until they got together, married, and then finally moved to Berlin, where they settled down and had me. When my dad got a job offer in the growing country of US, they quickly decided to move there, where they had my sister 3 years later. My family consists of my parents, my sister, and my little brother, and our social class is around high middle class due to my father's engineering job. My mother stays at home and tends to my brother and does errands, which makes her always busy and very stressed. Due to these circumstances and bad connections with them, I closed off and became very introverted. They were also both very strict when it comes to almost about anything, and with the way I was or am, being strict didn't really help me with much in terms of my social life. And so I became very stressed very easily, and I didn't go outside as much as well, since they kind of limited that. And this caused my social level to be very low, and I very rarely knew what to do when I was outside. This brings me to school and peer groups. This is one of the biggest agents to me. As a child, I used to get bullied a lot because I was very naive when it came to social situations. It made me close off a lot more until I found out about online video games. I could be around people just like me who liked the same stuff as me and had the same situations happen to them just like me. I didn't have to be scared to talk to them as much as I was in person. I could freely talk to these people about almost anything. I ended up making a ton of friends who I could play with and chat with about almost anything. And I even got to meet a majority of them. It wasn't always great having friends from the internet, though, as I was frequently told how the friendship was fake since it was on the internet. I also got told how it was pathetic because it was people on the internet and they apparently weren't real. This just made me close off a lot more, and I felt very lonely. While I did have a majority of internet friends, I do have 2 people in my life that I consider very, very close friends that live in the same neighborhood as me. They helped me a lot with a bunch of things throughout my life. I had a very bumpy middle school to high school year, and they were the ones that helped me get through it and backed me up with almost about everything. Without them, I wouldn't have known what to do in these situations, and I don't think I would have gotten out as cleanly as I did with them. For most of my life, I've lived in the same house. This neighborhood where I lived, thankfully, was very safe, and I never had any problems with anyone. All my neighbors are very friendly, which helped a lot with my progress, which is still going on, of coming out of my shell. I do have more than just one neighborhood that I consider my home. Every year since I was little, I'd go to Japan and Germany. We'd stay there for a few months, which made my family very well known in these different communities. In Japan, my grandparents live in a big city, very loud, lively, I love it. All our neighbors in this condo were very sweet and frequently came to visit us and give us gifts when we were in town. My sister and I have lots of friends there as well because we used to go to school there. With these friends, we'd go out and have lunch or go out to the mall that was very near us and hang out there. My neighborhood in Germany, however, is the very opposite. This neighborhood is very small since the neighborhood my grandparents live in is a small village. Everyone there knows everyone. This means everyone is familiar with my family too. People there are very, very nice and very sweet to us as well, and outside is a very frequent place to go since there's not many places to hang out that are big like malls or chain restaurants. These two neighborhoods helped me a lot, as well as my neighborhood in America, because they helped me feel a lot more safe in life than I did without it, especially my neighborhoods in Japan and Germany. What are core values? Core values are the fundamental beliefs of a person or organization. They help people determine what's right or wrong. To me, there are many different core values I have, but if I had to choose just three, I choose passion, comfort, and intelligence. If I don't have passion for something I'm doing, then that something must be wrong for me. Passion is what drives me to continue doing on whatever it is I'm doing to my best of ability. Comfort allows me to decide whether what's right or wrong, because if I feel uncomfortable with it, then I will not want to try as hard, or I'd even stop. Intelligence is one of the major core values to me and my family, because without intelligence, I won't be able to get as far into my life and be as successful as I'd want to. Intelligence to me is the key to being successful. Strategic goals are also very nice things to have. With goals set, you can almost achieve anything. Goals can range from short term, which is 1 to 3 years, to long term, which is 4+ years. My short-term goals are to graduate high school and to finish the second year of MOWR. Along with finishing second year of MOWR, I'd also like to keep my 4.0 GPA. My long-term goals are to have a stable streaming site career, to finish college as a psychology major, and to have a family and treat my kids how I always wanted to by my parents. My mission statement is to be successful with my adulthood, but live with the comfort and enjoyment of when I was a kid. Even though my childhood wasn't the best, it was still very enjoyable. I loved the few friends I had and was immensely comfortable with them. When I'm adult, I strive to be very successful, but I don't ever want to lose that childhood enjoyment. I want to still have that inner kid in me. Having that inner child in you, to me, is very good, which is why it's part of my mission statement. Because I know as an adult I'll be very stressed and I'll most likely lose that part of my childhood that I was carefree. And if I do lose that part of my child in me, I won't understand as well and won't relate to as well with my future children. And since having a family is a very big thing for me, I very much would like to keep my inner child so I can better relate with them and better connect with them, unlike I did with my parents. Which is why I believe that being successful with my adulthood and living with the comfort and enjoyment as I was as a kid is very important to me.